Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and in this video I'm going to show you step by step how you can build a website for your dental practice. Now this video is a complete step by step guide, so even if you have never built a website before and you are brand new to this, all you have to do is follow along with this tutorial and you will walk away with a beautiful and professional dental website. Now the website builder that we will be using to build this dental website is the Hostinger website builder. The reason for this is because Hostinger is super cost effective. It is mobile optimized, they have awesome templates. You also get a free domain with this, so you don't have to buy your website domain separately. This is all included. And of all the website builders out there, Hostinger is the easiest to use. Now with Hostinger, if you use the top link in the description, you can get up to 75% off. And that is what makes Hostinger so cost effective. So once you have clicked on that link, it's going to take you over to this page. So all we do is click on claim deal right here. And then we have two different plans that we can choose from. The plan that we want to go with is the premium website builder, the cheaper of these two options. And the reason for this is because when we are building this dental website, we don't really need these AI tools, and we definitely don't need this e-commerce functionality. So there's just really no point in paying extra for this when we get everything that we need in premium. So we just want to go down and click right here on choose plan. And on this next page, we can now choose the period and how long we would like to have this website for. Now from these, the only one that I would recommend avoiding is the monthly plan right here, because if we go to the monthly, the price is going to absolutely skyrocket up, and you can see we also have a setup fee and we don't even get a free domain. So the monthly pricing in total just for the hosting is $17. Then we also have to buy a domain, which is going to be another $12. So because we don't get the discount, this is really not the best price. With any of the other options though, we can go up and we can see we get this discounted pricing. So if we go for 12 months, we pay the 12 months upfront, we get the domain included, so we can have this website for an entire year. There's nothing else that we need to buy. We get this website for an entire year for just $50. The way that this works is after this year has expired, so we pay upfront $50 right now. And then once we have had the website for 1 year, we can see that this is going to renew at $10.99 per month. So if you know you are going to have your website for a longer period of time, it might be a good idea to bump this up to 48 months, for example, because the way this works is we pay for the full 4 years upfront. And then after 4 years, that is when we go to the monthly pricing. So if you will have your website for longer than 1 year, then you can save money by going with one of these higher plans. But once your plan is selected, all we then need to do is click on continue right here. Then in this area, we can go ahead and fill out our billing address. Once we have done that, we click on continue. And then down here, we just fill out our payment details that we would like to use in order to pay for this hosting. Once this has been entered, we can click right here on submit payment. From here, Hostinger is then going to ask us a few questions. So this first one is, who is this website for? So we want to go ahead in here and select myself or my business. It's then going to ask if we want to create or migrate a website. Now, website migration is if you already have your website built and created with another website builder and you want to bring this over to Hostinger. But that is not what we are going to do. We are creating a new website. So in here, we click on I'll create a website. We then get asked how we would like to build the website. Now in here, we want to go with the Hostinger website builder. With WordPress, this is a lot more complex. You have to get plugins. These plugins can also be pretty expensive. And overall, this is just a much more complex website builder. So from these two, we want to click on the Hostinger website builder. And now we can choose a domain for the website. Now what your domain is this would be, for example, www.holdensdentalpractice.com. This would be my domain name in this example. And this would be the web address of my website. So in here, you just want to enter in your domain name, the domain name that you would like to get. And because we signed up with Hostinger, this is going to be completely free to claim. Once we have that selected, we just need to enter in our country and some final contact details. And just like that, we have now signed up to Hostinger. Once we have registered, Hostinger is then going to take us over to this page where it first of all asks if we would like to use AI to create this website for us. You absolutely can do this. All you would do is enter in your brand name, the name of your dental practice, and then you can give a little description down here, basically saying that we're a dental practice, this is what we do, this is what we offer, and then AI will create your website for you. But I think a much better way of doing this, specifically for a dental practice, is if we go down to pre-made templates. HostingUp has an awesome template that we can use. So we just want to go to the top, and in here we can type in dentist. And then once this loads up, we can see that we have this template called Lambert right here. And this is the one that we want to use. So all we have to do is click in to select template right here. And this is now going to load us into the Hostinger editor. So in here, we can see we have this top section, this banner right here, which shows the name of the dental practice. We have a button that allows people to make an appointment or drop a call. We can then see about us, and we can have some information right here. We can add all of our services. And then down here, we have some reviews at the bottom. Now, out of all of these sections, we can go down and we can delete reviews as an example if we don't want these. We can also add other sections if we would like to at any time. So from here, we now just want to go in and start editing this to fit our own dental practice. So the awesome thing about HostingUp is this is super easy to edit your website. So to edit the text, all we have to do is double click into the text. And then from here, we can go ahead and change this. So mine is going to be called Holden Dental. Just like that, we can say welcome to Holden Dental, or you can change this in any way you like. And then down here for this subheading, we can once again click in and change this to say what we want it to say. So I'm going to say exceptional dental care for a healthier, brighter smile. And then I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to drop the font size a little bit just so it all fits on this line. So that is how you can edit the text. And then for this image right here, you can absolutely leave this if you just want to leave this as it is. Or you can go ahead and upload your own images that you have in here. Or we can also get images from the internet that are royalty free. So the way that we do this is, first of all, if you have your images, you should already have them on your computer. If you need images from the internet, the website that I recommend is this website called Pexels, because these are royalty free images that you can use commercially. So we could go in and we could type in like dentist. Just like this. And then we have all of these different options right here. So we might want to go for this one, or alternatively, we could just go up and we could type in like smile, and then we could get an image of somebody smiling, and we could use this instead. So once we have these images downloaded, we can go back to the website, and then to replace this background image, we just want to go to edit section right here, and then we can see we can replace this image. So we can go to upload files, and then we can upload the images that we want to go with right here, whichever images we want to upload. And then, for example, if we want to go with this one, we can go ahead and drop this in. And what we can now see is with this text, it's a little bit hard to read, right? So what we can do is we can turn up the opacity right here and make this darker. And then we might want to go in, and if we make this text white text, it's going to be easier to see on this darker background. So we could go in and we could change this to white. And as you can see, this is now much easier to see, right? And then we can do the same down here. We can go into the text color and we can change this to white as well. So that is one option, or alternatively, we could go in and add the other image right here. And then once again, with the text, we might want to go in and add a little bit of an overlay here. Change this to white as well, but you really just want to play around with this and see what looks best. So for me, the other image definitely looks better. I'm going to go into this. Once again, we can increase the overlay right here, and then I'm going to change this text to white. I really liked how this looked. So we now have this top section created. Then we can click into this button right here that says make an appointment. And in here, where it says link to, we want to go ahead and link this to a phone number so that people can just click this button and they can call our dental practice. So all we have to do is once we click into here, we set this to phone number, and then we enter your dental practice's phone number into this box. Once that is entered, we can then go over to style and we can change like the color of this box. We can change the text color and overall just make this fit your brand. So that is the top section now created. Then we can go down and we can edit all of these other sections as well. So for example, with this about us section, we can go down and add in some text that tells people a little bit about us, just like that. And then what I'm also going to do is down here where we have a little bit of information, I'm actually going to go ahead and add in another text box right here. I'm going to change this to say where to find us. Then we can just align this in the center, make sure this is all aligned. And then we might even want to go in and make this a little bit smaller. So like a heading 4, perfect. And then we can go in, of course, edit this and change the address, add your phone number, add your email, you get the idea. So then we can go down and we can start to add in the popular services that we have or what we offer. We can add all of these in. So we can then go in and change all of the things that we have in here. We can go over and edit the price. And what you might even want to do with your popular services is we might want to go in here and add in buttons so that people can be taken to a specific page to learn more, right? So we can drag a button in here and we can go ahead and we can change this to say learn more, and we can drop it like right here. So that is one of these. And then all we are going to do is duplicate this button and I'm going to drag it down into each of these sections right here. So we have learn more, and then I'll duplicate this last one and we can go for whitening as well. And then this is just specifically if you want to add more details about all of these things, we can create specific pages for these. So that is how you can add these services. And then down here, this is just an image. I do really like this, but once again, we can go to Pexels or you can upload your own image and we edit this in the same way. Then down here, we have reviews. So you can go ahead and add reviews if you would like. Or alternatively, if you don't have any reviews, we can just delete this section. And then finally, we just have this footer right here at the bottom where we can click in and edit the address. We can go ahead and either delete or add our social media links in right here. We can add our working hours by simply clicking and editing once again. And that is how we can create this homepage. So we can go up and click on save, and that is the homepage now created. Then what we also want to do is we want to create, edit, and add different pages for the website, right? So right here, we have this services page where people can click in and see all of our services. So it is essentially just like this section down here, but we have a specific page for this. So if you want to keep this, you can once again go in and edit all of these different sections. We might once again want to add in these buttons that say learn more. Or alternatively, if you have a page that you would like to delete, we can open up pages and navigation on this left-hand side. And then we can go in here and we can delete this page. We can do the same for our team. We can click in and we can add photos of all of our dentists. We can add their name, a little bit of information on what they do. Or once again, we can go ahead and delete this page. With the contact us page, this is another page that we want to edit. So we can go in and edit this. This form right here, we can click into edit form, and you just want to make sure that the email in here is your work email, because when somebody fills this out, you will get sent an email to your email address that will tell you what they filled this out with. We can also go into the fields and we can add a new field. We might want to go in here and add a short answer, and we can go in and we can say, which service are you interested in? And then they can go ahead and type this out. So those are all of the pages. That's how you can edit and delete them, the exact same way we edited the homepage. But to add in new pages, once again, we want to go to home, and hidden from navigation is currently home. So we want to go ahead and just move this up to the top so that people can actually click on home as well. But to add new pages, like these pages for the dental implants or any other pages you would like to add, all we need to do is go to pages and navigation, add page right here, and then we can choose which page we would like to add. So from here, I'm just going to add a new page in. On this new page, we can call this like teeth whitening service. And then we don't want this to be shown in the top menu. We just want people to be able to click this. So I'm going to hide this from navigation. And then we can go in and we can start creating this page by adding a new section. So we can go in and maybe add this, and we can say teeth whitening service. We can add a little bit of text here. Then we could go in and say book now, add the phone number in here. We can go in and we can add a photo of the teeth whitening. And then what we also might want to do is just bring the section height down a little bit. And then we can add in a text box where we can go ahead and add some information about this and tell people about the teeth whitening service. And then all we would need to do to link this up is we can go down to teeth whitening right here, go to learn more, and then we just want to go to page and select teeth whitening right here. And if we go ahead and save that, that is now going to be saved. So once we have played around with these pages and added in all of the pages that we would like to add, and we have customized these, the last thing that we need to do is go ahead and create a logo, because right now this says Lambert Clinics. So to replace this, we just go in to replace image right here, upload a file, and then we can find the image of our logo, drop this in right here, and select. And as you can see, this logo is now in. We just need to bring that down a little bit because it's way too big. But perfect, we now have that logo. Once we have all of this done, all we have to do to put the website live is click on Go Live in this top right corner. And just like that, our website is now going to be live. So we can click right here on View Site. We can take a look through our website and all of the changes that we have made. And that is how you can build a dental website. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.